Hi everyone, and welcome to our interest meeting from McLean Science Honor Society. We'll get started in a couple of seconds, but please save your questions until the end when we're done talking, and we'll enable your audio so you can say them out loud then, or you can type them into the chat. I'm Eleanor Richard, and I'm one of the co-presidents. Okay, so let's get started. For everyone who just entered, I'm Eleanor Richard, and I'm one of the co-presidents, and welcome to our McLean Science National Honor Society interest meeting. Sorry, we're still figuring out some things with the audio and presenting, but things will be ready soon.
Okay, hey guys, this is Saya Jung, also co-pres of SNHS. The agenda for today's interest meeting includes a short introduction of SNHS, our officers and sponsors, requirements for SNHS membership, our different outreach projects, and finally the application form. We will end our meeting with a Q&A session.
So, Science National Honor Society is an honor society for sophomores through seniors, and we hope to foster scientific thinking and outreach in high school students. There are a few requirements that come with being part of SNHS, and for this, you have to get at least 8 service hours per year, and you can have 6 of those hours must be through the club, and 2 of those hours can be external. And as an added bonus, as a part of SNHS, you can wear a... Wait, can everyone hear me? Okay, I'm hearing that you can. Okay, perfect. So as a part of SHS, you will receive a cord to wear at graduation.
Now to introduce our SNHS leadership team. As introduced, Eleanor and I are the co-presidents of Science National Honor Society for the following year. Okay. And this is Dana, our secretary, who manages our club promotion and media outlets. SNHS is composed of different service projects, each of which are managed by our project executives. Here are the pictures of our 8 amazing project execs who are in charge of all the volunteer opportunities we will provide this year. We also have our club sponsors, which are Mr. Ecker, Ms. Murdoch, and Mr. Dobson. They are all a part of McLean science teachers, each of them teaching chemistry, biology, and physics. The room numbers are Y220, Y223, and Y228 for you to be aware of once you go back to school.
So in order to be able to apply for SNHS, you must meet certain requirements. For our sophomores and juniors, you must have taken at least 1 honor science class before or during this year in high school. And if you are a senior, you must have taken at least 2 honor science classes throughout your entire high school career. In addition, you must have a science unweighted GPA of 3.5 and an overall unweighted GPA of 3.0. And more information on how to calculate these GPAs will be in the application that we'll release at the end of the meeting. Also, if you are a previous SNHS member, you must fill out the Google form again, but you will skip the questions, and so you won't have to answer our short answer questions.
So now about our service projects. As I previously mentioned, SNHS supplies its members with a variety of volunteer opportunities which are categorized into different projects led by our managers. And the first to be introduced is our Guest Speakers Project. This program, led by Caitlin, invites professional speakers from diverse fields of science to hold virtual lectures for our members. And its basic goal is to provide networking opportunities and examples of possible career paths in relation to STEM. Fields discussed will include not only natural sciences such as physics, chem, and bio, and earth science, but also include architecture, computer science, and research-oriented careers.
We also have some community outreach projects led by Kathy and Stephanie, and some of these will include helping to support efforts against COVID, such as making or donating face masks, hopefully holding supply drives and making thank you videos, thank you cards, or appreciation videos. Also, we will continue our outreach of elementary schools this year, such as with Kent Gardens, we plan on making fun science lesson videos for the elementary students there.
Next is our in-school outreach program consisting of the McLean Tutoring Center. Run by Chris King, this project refers to a peer-to-peer tutoring of McLean High students. This year, we have adjusted our plans to hold virtual tutoring sessions in which SNHS members can sign up to tutor anyone in need of science help.
We also have many environmental work projects. Here's our project exec, Zainab, and she is in charge of the environmental outreach project, which is members will have the opportunity to make PSAs about an environmental related topic and its importance. And also for more artistic members, we'll have a recycled art contest where each month we'll have a theme for the month, and then there you can make artwork using recyclable materials and then submit a picture of that.
Our environmental work program also includes the Tracks Recycling Project, which is to be managed by Indy. Our goal for this project is to induce students to become more conscious about plastic consumption, and we will have members submit plastic recycling to earn 2 minutes per piece with a maximum 1 hour to be earned. Next to mention is the Sustainable Strategies Project, which oversees product swaps in the household that increases usage of sustainable and environmentally friendly products. Members will be required to submit proof of their swap via either photo or video and write a few paragraphs detailing its environmental impact. By doing so, we're hoping that we can give our members completely remote participation in promoting and acting out sustainable actions at home.
This year, we will also be having research opportunities led by Songen. And so SNHS members will be able to participate in small groups to complete research projects, and we'll either give you guys some topics or you're allowed to propose your own topic as well. And then during a semester, you will research your topic, and then at the end you'll write a literary review and also create a video, presentation, or some other multimedia to be able to share your findings with the entire Science Honor National Society.
And this is Ariana, who's our astronomy specialist. While the current situation has stopped us from many of our norm astronomy projects, we currently have in mind socially distanced stargazing as well as astronomy event PSAs to act as maybe platforms for you guys to explore astronomical data. And astronomy nights are also going to be planned once in-school learning resumes. Lastly, here's a link to our application form. You guys can either use the QR code or the link that we will post on the chat to access the form. The deadline for this will be October 9th at 11:59 p.m. So make sure to read the instructions there and complete it to the best of your ability. Your science teachers will also be sent the link to share with anyone in need, and it is also going to be up in our Instagram bio at McLean SNHS. So feel free to follow our account for more updates.
If we ever need to be contacted, our email is mcleansnhs@gmail.com. And now we're opening it up to any questions you may have, so feel free to turn on your audio and speak or type them in the chat. Yes, Ian.
You talked about how it requires 8 service hours, 2 external and 6 through the club. What do you mean by that? Like, what's that distinction?
Oh, great question. So we require 8 service hours, and by the 6 in the club, we mean participating in some of the projects we just listed and getting 6 service hours that way. And then there are also opportunities for like external hours, which include connection or certain tutoring volunteer programs. But at our first meeting, once everyone is part of the members, then we'll have more specific requirements on what counts as external and what is available for that.
Wait, before Aaron, sorry. I'll answer something that was on the chat. Are you going to post the projects that we can do somewhere? Regarding that, we're going to explain more about it once we have a first meeting after we know who our members are going to be. But we also have a recording of this session, which we're going to post, so you guys can access it anytime.
Okay, Aaron, go ahead.
So just to clarify, along with Ian's question, the 2 external hours still have to be science-related service, right?
Yes, so they will have to relate to science in a specific way, and there isn't going to be a huge quantity of external hours, like external programs we can use. We'll specify them very clearly at the first meeting. And to go into Hannah's question on the chat, this year there will be a lot of opportunities as some projects we just listed won't be limited to a certain amount of people, such as recycled art, treks, and some other ones that I can't think of off the top of my head. So there will be opportunities this year, and if it seems to be very difficult with this all online thing, then we'll reevaluate the number of hours. So yeah, just to look back at the chat, we say why only 2 hours? Because since we are SNHS, we see that there are a lot of opportunities for hours through this club, and we would really love for our members to be active within the club and doing projects that our project execs have spent a lot of time planning. And so the 2 hours are just to balance that out a bit. For the GPA document, we will check that after the meeting. Or I'm sure if you look online, there will be a way to calculate an unweighted GPA based on your A's and B's on a 4.0 scale.
Yeah, I'm currently trying to replace the document. This happened because our last year president's accounts were exploded. Yeah, so we'll try to replace it as soon as possible, but it's always fine for you guys to just search it up online of how to calculate your unweighted GPA.
And to answer Ellen's question, will we be able to join SNHS without doing 8 hours of community service beforehand? Definitely, the 8 hours are only once you're a part of SNHS. This is your member requirement, but it is not a requirement for application. And so for our old SNHS members, you will have to fill out the Google form. However, there will be an option where you can click yes, you were an SNHS member, and then you'll skip the question section. But we just want to have a record of all our members through the Google Doc all in the same place. The 2 hours do not need to be from an external place. We would be more than happy if you decide to do all 8 hours through the organization. It's just if there's ever not enough availability, we just want you guys to still be able to fill those 8 hours, which is why we allow the 2 external hours. And so they are not a requirement. We do not have numbers for the average time commitment of SNHS beside the 8 hours, because I'm not sure I completely understand that question, but to be considered a part of SNHS at the end of the year, you must have done 8 hours, whether that's all through the club or only 6 hours through the club and 2 elsewhere. And for calculating the GPAs, you will base it off of your previous grades. So say if you're a junior, you'll calculate your GPA using your freshman and sophomore science classes, but not the one this year, as there haven't been a lot of grades yet, so it wouldn't be reliable data. And so we're going to release the Google Classroom code once we have our members, because Google Classroom will be the main location where we post all our projects and updates and everything. So we just want that to be for members at that point. But your teachers will be getting the application link. And also, if you follow us on Instagram, our application link will be in the bio as well. I think last year for SNHS, we had around 160 members, but I don't know if any of the sponsors know in more detail than I do.
Kevin, that's what I'm trying to fix, but I'm currently having a hard time accessing my drive because my computer is kind of overloaded. But we can either update the form, or you guys can just look up online how to calculate unweighted GPA. Also, Ian, I hope I'm pronouncing that name right, but so basically the 6 hours are going to be through the projects that we provide, and the external 2 hours will be through clubs like Connection.
And then to answer Ellen's question, we would like to specify classes that you're taking at McLean currently. So if you're a junior, you just need to have taken like 2 honors classes or higher, or 1 honors class, sorry, 1 honors class or higher in the past 2 years. Yes, so we've heard a bit about the Google Classroom code that was listed on the Highlander website, and we're not entirely sure where they got that Google Classroom code, but we've heard that it isn't working, which is okay, because if you are accepted as a member, then we'll be providing the official Google Classroom code, so just don't look at the one that's on the Highlander.
Also, Polina, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to send out a new form. As if I change it, the changes are going to be saved, so don't worry about that. And Jongin, how are you going to do about the GP for transfer students? Oh, I'm pretty sure that even the transfer students have a way of calculating GPA based on the counselor. That's what worked for me. So, but if you have any questions, you can actually reach out to me. I think I know you, so you can always reach out to me. Then I'll help you with the GPA calculations.
And we do not have a set number for SNHS this year, so we will be accepting everyone who we think demonstrated a true passion for science and interest in this honor society in the application, but we don't have a certain minimum or maximum. So for the unweighted science GPA, I think you can find it online, but there's a certain thing that's like, I think if you got an A, it's a 4.0, A minus 3.7, and so on. And then you can calculate it by calculating your GPA for each class on a 4.0 scale for your science class, and then adding those together and taking the average. Your science GPA should at least be 3.5, because since this is a science honor society, we want you guys to demonstrate that you're passionate about science and put work into it. But then your overall GPA, which is like all the classes you've taken in high school, should be a minimum of 3.0. So to answer Sarah's question, science GPA only counts as On the application, we list science courses, and so if it's one of those courses, then those can go into calculating your GPA. We're just going to wait a couple more minutes to make sure there's no questions. So if you have any, keep them coming. If not, feel free to exit the meeting.
To answer the question in the chat, yes. It's only your last year science class that matters if you're a sophomore. Are you your sister, Forrest? Oh God. I miss Gloria. She was. Is she doing well? I hope she is.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for coming. Here, Sally, maybe you can stop sharing the screen now. Then we can.
I think